My video for September 21st, 2017 is entitled, "Is the currency revaluation just a scam?" As I've said numerous times, I purposely avoided personal involvement in alternative currencies for a long time. Last year, when I returned from my trip to Australia, I listened to a friend and bought a bond backed by an asset-backed currency. It was supposed to be released the following month, which was July 2016. It still has not happened. All I hear are rumors. Nothing actually happens. Yes, I've heard the excuses or reasons, take your pick, as to why this is being delayed. It does make sense to me that those who have controlled international commerce for a very long time do not wish to relinquish that control. Because they keep resisting, nothing has happened to actually shift the financial system of the world to one that would benefit humanity. The so-called Cabal does not want humanity to benefit. They like their control, no matter who gets hurt. Until these charlatans are taken out one way or another, nothing positive will happen. That's the sad reality as I see it. And after I wrote that blurb, I read this from Operation Disclosure. Quote, "Creative ways to circumvent those old systems, instruments of management in education, training, medicine, religion, government, money, will be difficult to overcome. The Cabal minions and those that support them will fight to the very end to maintain the way of life as they understand it." End quote. It's been an interesting 24 plus hours. Of course, I didn't record a video yesterday because I had recorded it the day before with Steve, and that's the video that went live yesterday. But I had a very emotional day and a very busy day as well. Wednesday is the day that I pick up all three of my grandkids in the afternoon because there's early dismissal, which takes, longer than it does when I just have to pick up two of them. I have to do all three at a different school at a different time. And then when I got home, I had to take a shower and get ready because I go out on Wednesday nights to every third Wednesday to a meeting, and the other two I go and listen to some bluegrass music. And then during this haste, I get a message from my friend in Hawaii, and he leaves another fairly long message and wants to talk with me. I don't know why he doesn't use email. I mean, that is very annoying to me. He wants to do it on the telephone, which is not the way that I want to communicate such things. I want to do it by email so that it can be convenient for me and fit into my schedule. Telephone calls don't always do that. And sometimes come at very inopportune times, even when I thought I had the phone shut off, as it has happened earlier in the past week. So anyway, I've been wrestling, folks, for a long time with this whole geopolitical event, and people say, focus inside. Well, the inside is greatly influenced by what happens in my external world. No matter how much I try to quiet my mind wants to see. I want to see. All right, that's ego. My ego wants to see change that is real. And I've been looking for that for a very long time. And this message that the Cabal is digging in their heels, of course I knew that already. I didn't need to see that in writing. It's just simply a confirmation of what I already knew to be the fact, that these people that have claimed control of the world, and they are fake Jews in the forefront. Now, there may be others or a demonic element behind that, but as far as this world goes, the geopolitical and financial structure of the world is primarily run by the fake Jewish cabal known as the Rothschild, House of Rothschilds, and their minions all over the world, primarily in Europe and the United States. But they operate a military presence in virtually the rest of the world. And those that they're not able to have a military presence, they're at war with, like Iran and North Korea and other countries that they can't quite gain the full dominance over, because there's leaders in those countries that resist their dominance, which is a good thing that it's being resisted, because that dominance is bad for humanity. I wish people could understand that those that are trying to manipulate the news, the weather, all of the economic and political events that take place on this planet, those that do that are malevolent beings. As I said, they are the fake Jews. At least those are the ones that are in the forefront of it. But all of the monarchies in England, and the political establishment in the United States, and of course the nation of Israel, which wasn't supposed to be refounded until the Messiah returns, and there are many Messianic Jews that would say the exact same thing, and Christians have been totally duped in fundamentalist and evangelical Christianity to believe that the nation of Israel, we see right now, that ungodly nation run by atheists and God-hating people, they think that that is the restoration of the biblical promise, and it's a fake. It's false. It's not the reality that we were promised in the Bible. And do I trust the Bible anymore? Well, there's things in the Bible that seem to still resonate, and there are things that don't. Nothing is the word of God. I'm sorry for those fundamentalists that want to believe it is, and want to believe that their interpretation is the only one that's right. I've wrestled with these things all of my life, and I'm not someone that did it from a place of unbelief. I did it from a place of belief that God was involved in humanity's unfoldment and evolution, if you will. I have believed that ultimately there's going to be a good end, but it's just very frustrating to look at what is going on in the world and to see every good thing that is supposed to happen halted, stymied, delayed, one delay after another, whether it's the RV or whatever it is, the restoration of the Republic in the United States, which would be a wonderful thing to happen, for people to be empowered that have visions to help humanity and uplift humanity, and not try to destroy and to fix all of the infrastructure that has been allowed to erode in the United States, folks. Some of our roads are horrible. I mean, potholes and stuff that don't get fixed, and even the ones that do get fixed don't get fixed properly, and the fixes sometimes don't last very long because they just pour some concrete into the hole, and then it, with the trucks and everything going over it, it comes back out. So there's so many things that I see and witness day by day, and as I look at the internet and stuff and see what's going on in other places in the world, it just breaks my heart, and it makes wanting to live a struggle. I mean, sometimes I just want to throw my hands up and say, get me out of here, make the world go away and get me out of here. And again, if God doesn't overcome the negative influences, then God is not omnipotent. I'm sorry, folks. Anyway, thank you for listening, and namaste.